Podcast doesn't exist. Episode 36. And you know it's lit. It's a trade deadline.
Oh, you're spitting.
Yeah. Trade deadline wrap. I'm the home run derby champ. How many days to the deadline, Mitchell?
3.
3 damn days, man. That's only 36 hours. Don't check the math on that, all right? But the deadline is approaching. It's approaching faster than ever, right? And we got all the rumors, we got all the talk, all the behind the scenes, all the reports. A lot of moves already been made that we can cover. Ryan McMahon to the Yankees, big trade for the Yankees. Yankees got someone else too. We got basically, me and Mitch took the time to kind of compile everything, every rumor, all the details on the potential trades the next 3 days because, you know, there hasn't been a lot, but you got to assume once one guy goes and they all go, there's going to be a flooding. Usually all the trades happen in the last 6 hours. Usually, sometimes it's like the last hour is when most of the trades happen, right? Sometimes it happens after the deadline.
My favorite are like the 5:30 p.m., like way after the deadline. Actually, this player got dealt. And it's like, 30 players at the last second just processing those trades.
You got to process the trades. And a lot of guys are probably going to move that we're not even expecting. I mean, we did a trade deadline episode about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And some of those guys aren't moving. Some of those guys are moving. A lot of guys that aren't on that list are now on the list. A lot of people who we didn't think were going to get traded probably will get traded. Some people that we thought were definitely going to get traded are not going to get traded. I'll tell you who one of those players is who probably, I don't know if we mentioned this guy, but we should have mentioned this guy, is Pittsburgh Pirates closer David Bednar, probably the most underrated guy in the market. I'd say this guy's gone 23 straight innings without giving up a run, 23 straight appearances without giving up a run. This is a former All-Star Bednar who shit the bed after a great All-Star season. Sorry for my language. But then came back this year and has been fire. So 23 straight appearances without an earned run. We're talking Phillies right now. We're talking Dodgers, Yankees with a 21 ranked bullpen ERA would love a closer like that. The Tigers, another team, man. The Tigers have not been playing well at all. They could use some help. So a guy like Bednar to the Phillies and Dodgers are probably my two leading ones for Bednar, but two teams that have a lot to give away if they wanted to. Two teams who have had struggled in the bullpen. Two teams who want to win a World Series this year. Bednar, you could be a Dodger or you could be a Philly. Yankees and Tigers are also on that list. Another Pirate, Mitch Keller, is been hitting the rumors. That's been circulating. This guy's got a 3.52 ERA on the Pirates, and he's signed through 2028. This is the 12th most valuable pitcher in baseball since 2022, and they're saying the Cubs for Mitch Keller. Mitch, he's got the same name as you. Any thoughts?
His full name is not Mitchell.
What a pussy.
So,
What is it?
it's just Mitch.
Wow.
Not a fan.
Not a fan
Not
of
a
that.
fan.
Well, they're saying that Owen Cassie, a top prospect in the Cubs organization, could be going to get Mitch Keller on the Cubs, which would be big. The Cubs need some starting pitching. They don't need it, but they like it. Come on, who doesn't need some starting pitching? The New York Mets are also in on Mitch Keller, apparently. Jeff Passan says the Blue Jays could make a run at Mitch Keller. The Red Sox can make a run at Mitch Keller, and the Astros, the Houston Astros, who I feel like haven't been linked to basically anybody, they have 8 starters on the IL right now, Mitchell. 8 starters on the IL. They could use a starter. So Mitch Keller, that could be a big trade for anyone who gets him. Any of those teams. The Red Sox were in that discussion. The Red Sox, hey, you know what they would like? The Pirates, another outfitter. Maybe Jarren Duran would work out. Jarren Duran has probably been listed as a trade piece probably more than any other player in baseball over the past 6 months. He was an all-star last year, 8th in MVP voting last year, 28 years old, signed through 2026, was linked to the Padres. Reports came out that the Red Sox and that the Padres approached the Red Sox in a Duran for Dylan Cease and Tristan Salas. Is that his first name, Salas? Ethan Salas trade. The Red Sox denied it. They said, no, we are not trading Jarren Duran for Dylan Cease and Salas. Doesn't surprise me.
That just seems like a pretty nice trade for the Red Sox. I know it's a rental, and I think Craig Breslow doesn't want to trade Duran for a rental starter, but Salas is a high-ranking prospect.
How long is Cease's free agent after this year?
He's a free agent after the year.
Okay. So, yeah, they turned that down. So that shows you where the Red Sox are out with Duran. They're not giving up for pennies, man. So, and then there's more reports coming out of Boston. If you're a Boston Red Sox fan, you're going to like to hear this, probably, depending on who you are. Multiple Major League sources informed Brad Foe, I don't know his full name, but Brad Foe, that the Red Sox are no longer entertaining the idea of trading Jarren Duran. So that's coming out of the Boston, WEEI. Great radio station. Check them out, probably. So the Red Sox no longer trading Jarren Duran. Take him off the board. We'll see. So anything can change, but according to this report, Jarren Duran is no longer getting traded. Seth Lugo, another guy, off the market. Seth Lugo was probably the number one starting pitcher available at this deadline. Not anymore. The Royals extend him, pay him $46 million over how long, Mitchell?
So it's a 2-year deal with a vesting option for a 3rd year. So 2026 and 2027 are guaranteed. 2028 is a maybe. That vesting option, I think it's 20 million, or a club option for $17 million with a $3 million buyout.
So Seth Lugo got paid, and he's not going to get traded. A lot of people listen to this. They wanted Seth Lugo. They wanted their team to get Seth Lugo. You're not going to get Seth Lugo. He's staying on the Royals. So, I mean, if you're a team right now, what do you think fan bases are most desperate for trades right now, you'd say?
Like, just a trade in general?
Yeah.
I mean, the Yankees are definitely... The fans are not satisfied.
Yankees
they wanted
fans.
Suarez. They got McMahon and Ahmed Rosario.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's the Yankees. They already made trades, but like the guys that they got are not the guys that they want.
Blue Jays fans, they want to trade bad. They want to add to this magical season. Red Sox fans, they're addicted to trades. All they do is trade. After that Devers trade looks like it worked out, they're like, let's get more. Come on, this front office is genius. Dave Breslow, he's a beast.
You're going to keep changing Breslow's first name, aren't
The
you?
the Cubs could use a trade. The Padres, what are the Padres doing, man?
Nothing.
They're going to do some shit.
I mean, it's the GM's going to do something, but they haven't done anything.
They're going to do some shit, Mitchell.
Standings wise.
Listen, we're going to cover all these teams. Every team is making a trade. This is going to be one of those deadlines. Every team is going to make a trade. Your team's trading for somebody. Your team's going to trade for somebody. Somebody big. Trust me. The Blue Jays, Red Sox, Cubs, Padres, those are teams who really need starting pitchers the most, I would say. But who doesn't need a starting pitching except the Phillies?
Even the Braves completely out of it are acquiring starting pitching.
We're buying. Eric Fetty's to the Braves. That's a big trade. But speaking of starting pitchers, Dylan Cease is on the market. Probably the most surprising trade piece that this guy's been thrown around so much. He's on the Padres right now. The Padres are still trying to win a World Series, but they are willing to let go of Dylan Cease. So he was 4th in Cy Young voting last year, 2nd in Cy Young voting in 2022. But this year, not so good for Cease. He's got a 4.59 ERA. However, some are saying he's the unluckiest pitcher in baseball. His expected ERA, 3.48. His FIP, 3.10. Expected FIP, 3.44. So the peripherals are looking good in a 2.2 WAR. So don't let that ERA fool you. He would be a big time piece. Bob Nightingale named 6 teams who could trade for Cease right now, who are in on him, who have talked to the Padres. The Mets fans, would you like a Dylan Cease? You could get him. Mets have been all over the place in this. They're trying to trade for everybody. The Yankees, they need starting pitching. They could trade for Cease. The Red Sox are in on Cease. The Blue Jays are in on Cease. Even the Rays. The Rays, a team that have 6 starters right now, are interested in Dylan Cease, and the Cubs as well. The Cubs look like they want to add on. A lot of rumors going around the Cubs, but he could be expensive, Dylan Cease, because Seth Lugo's off the market. Not a lot of starting pitchers. If you're going to get Cease, you're going to have to pay big bucks for him. Other starters becoming available. Zach Littell, under the radar guy. Like I said, the Rays have 6 starters right now, only have 5 spots. But they have 6 starters. Maybe you get rid of Zach Littell, you bolster that offense. Zach Littell, 3.72 ERA. He's had a sub-4 every year he's been on the Tampa Bay Rays. That was 2 seasons in a row. 2.5 seasons, 2 seasons. He's pitched well since being on the Rays. That's all I'm going to say. So he's more of like a C-level starter, B-level starter in the trade deadline discussion.
Wasn't he a reliever and the Rays claimed him off waivers and they're like, you're a starter now. And he's been really good since that moment.
I don't know. Probably he's an NPC. Don't care. No, I don't know. But he could go to the Mets. Like I said, the Mets need starters. If they want to trade in the division, the Red Sox, Yankees, and Blue Jays, the Detroit Tigers could use a starter. The Detroit Tigers, I wouldn't be surprised if they get Zach Littell over there. They need someone behind Scooble because no one else is doing anything worth damn. Hate to say it, but true. The Astros, like I said earlier, 8 starters on the IL. They could get Zach Littell, and the Cubs as well. A lot of little pitchers like that too, who those teams that I just mentioned could get. Michael Soroka. Some people might see some value in Soroka. Luis Severino at the Athletics. He obviously doesn't want to be an Athletic. The Athletics wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of Severino. Steven Matz is on the trade block coming out of St. Louis. One of those teams could get them. And Sandy Alcantara. This is an interesting trade piece that's come to light recently. This guy won a Cy Young in 2022. Then he got Tommy John. Since Tommy John coming back this year, he's got a 6.66 ERA, man. Terrible. But he's signed through 2026. So you get him next year. He still throws 99 miles per hour. Former Cy Young winner. And last start, 7 innings, no earned runs. And now we got a report, Mitchell. Report. The Mets have shown interest in Sandy Alcantara. That's according to MLB trade rumors. Mets fans, could I interest you in a tall fucking Dominican starter who throws 99 miles per hour and is a former Cy Young winner?
He's going to be such an interesting trade piece. I feel like him and Gallen, we haven't got to Gallen, but like both of those guys were star pitchers a year and a half ago. And now you're acquiring them off the idea that they might be able to get back to that.
Get him in the pitching lab. You could fix him. If you guy throws 99, so there's hope. There's hope. And the Mets would be a perfect, I mean, not the Mets would be a perfect team, but the Mets have shown they're trying to trade. They just traded for Gregory Soto. He's a reliever for the Orioles. So that bullpen's shoring up for the Mets. Now they need a starter to really shore it up for the World Series. It's all about the Mets, baby. Speaking of what Mitchell just said, another pitcher, Zach Gallen, is on the trade block. He finished top 5 in Cy Young voting twice. He was 3rd in Cy Young voting in 2023, but has a 5.56 ERA this year. So a bad year so far for Zach Gallen. He's going to be a free agent this offseason. So the Diamondbacks are ready to let him go. And the Mets would be a good team for him. The Cubs would be a good team. The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, all those teams who need starters, Zach Gallen's on their list. Merrill Kelly, another guy from Arizona, 3.53 ERA. He's been linked to the Mets as well. Also the Cubs, also the Yankees, also the Red Sox, also the Tigers, also the Blue Jays. So you get the theme there. We're seeing the same teams. There's probably about 7 teams that are in the fucking starting pitching market. And they got some options right now. Merrill Kelly's definitely going to go. Zach Gallen, I would say definitely, possibly going to go because the Diamondbacks are selling. That is obvious. The Diamondbacks just traded Josh Naylor to the Mariners. Do you like that trade?
I like it.
You like it for the Mariners?
I like it for the
You
Mariners.
want to just chew right into the mic, dude? You fucking scumbag.
I mean, the fact that we're like, and we're live, and he goes, all right, time to open my kind bar.
I know. We were here for like 30 minutes before the podcast. Guys playing, what's it called? Your
He's
little,
been here since like 9 a.m.
yeah, playing GeoGuessr. Doing
I was not
jack
hungry
shit.
until Jack hit the record button. And then I was like, man, I'm actually really hungry. My stomach is growling.
You piece of shit. God, you're just stealing granola bars from this office. They're going to kick us out. This fucking kid's eating fucking 100 granola bars this month. Now he's washing it down. Well, Mitchell's not in the conversation anymore, so I'll give my opinion on the Diamondbacks signing Josh Naylor. Love it, Josh Naylor. Very intense player, a guy you want in the playoffs because he brings the energy. The Mariners, I'm not going to say they needed offense this year because they got the big dumper and the offense has been great, but historically the Mariners have had bad offense. You know, you don't want to get too comfortable. They needed a first baseman. They got one, man. Josh Naylor goes to the Mariners, and the D-backs get a couple prospects from him. Nothing too crazy. 13th ranked prospect and the 16th ranked prospect from the Mariners to get Josh Naylor. Pretty good trade. You didn't have to give up too much, and you get a good hitter. The Diamondbacks are reportedly expected to trade 5 or 6 more players. I believe that was even after the Josh Naylor trade. So that means Eugenio Suarez and Zach Gallen are going to be available. Eugenio Suarez, probably the number one trade piece, the cash cow of sorts. This is a two-time All-Star, having the best year of his life, leads the league in RBIs, has 36 bombs right behind Aaron Judge. He's, like I said, probably the number one trade piece available. The Mariners, according to reports, are still in on Eugenio, even after this Josh Naylor trade. That would surprise the heck out of me, but damn, if the Mariners go all in and make another trade on top of that, woo-wee, man. We're talking about maybe favorited to win the World Series, gets the World Series out of the AL. If they get Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor and have that starting rotation, like they got an opportunity to really just change the whole narrative around the Mariners. That would be a scary team. So if the Mariners get Eugenio, oh my God, Mariners fans, get excited.
I love the bold prediction from you that if they get Suarez, they're now the AL favorite. But the AL has been kind of weak with the Tigers showing what they've been showing, the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The best team in the AL is the Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Astros have that pitching injury. They just got swept by the A's.
Mm-hmm. The Mariners might be looking at it like, yo, this is probably the weakest the AL has been in a decade. I don't remember the last time they've been that weak. And the Mariners are a franchise that's been below the Mendoza line for decades. They never want to spend. They're a small market team. They might look at this is the year to spend because we can just get this 1-2 trades and we could be favorited. If there's a time for the Mariners to put their balls on the table and say let's fucking go for it, it would be this year. So I would not take that out of the equation. It makes a lot of sense. They only had to give up two, a 16th prospect and a 12th prospect. They should have a lot more guys to trade. So the Mariners are in on Eugenio. That would be good. The Cubs, heavily linked to Eugenio. Quote, as good as a fit as anyone. I forgot who I'm quoting on that. Doesn't say, but I'm quoting somebody.
You have John Heyman.
John Heyman. Okay. John Heyman says it would be as good of a fit than anyone. Eugenio Suarez to the Cubs. The Cubs are the second best offense in baseball by runs scored. They've been amazing, but their biggest weakness is third base. They have the 27th third base production in the league in third base. So, hey.
But I think Matt Shaw in the last week and a half, he has a 444 average, a 963 slugging in 9 games in the second half. Might be changing it for the Cubs. The Cubs might not feel as pushed to make that move.
That's a good point. And it's going to take a lot to get him, too. So if you're not 100% in on it, it could fall through the cracks. Because now they're saying the Phillies are in on him. I heard this from Yonder Alonso and more. The Phillies are very linked to Eugenio Suarez right now. They'd have to get rid of Bohm or do something with Bohm. They got a lot of pitching depth, and they got Mick Abel, a prospect who's not really going to get any time for the Phillies this year because their pitchers are so good. That's a trade piece that they could get the best third baseman available, best bat available by far. That would help the Phillies a lot. The club has already expressed interest in Stephen Kwan. So the Phillies are trying to make a splash. This could be their splash. The Astros, another potential fit, because you heard what I said about the fucking starters injured. Guess what? The position players are injured too. Isaac Paredes is seeking a second opinion on a strained right hamstring. Quote, it's a little bit more severe than we projected. So if they lose Isaac Paredes, that's a big loss for the Astros because the Astros have played amazing. Isaac Paredes has been amazing for them. But they currently have 18 players on the IL. Their current third baseman is Mauricio Dubon, who's played well, but he can also play anywhere. You can slot Eugenio into third. Dubon can move around. Altuve can move to left. He can play second base. They have a lot of flexibility over there. Eugenio Suarez to the Astros is a new rumor that could materialize. The Yankees, on the other hand, who have been linked to Suarez probably more than anybody, are now out. Because like we said earlier, they just got Ryan McMahon. However, another rumor around the Yankees, O'Neal Cruz, a big star in Pittsburgh. Sounds like the Pittsburgh Pirates are shopping Cruz, and they are linked to the Yankees. Now, I don't know if this Aaron Judge injury makes that more or less likely, because they did lose an outfielder. They can replace him with a new outfielder. However, it's a little weird because Aaron Judge comes back, he can only DH. Now, they got Giancarlo Stanton, who's going to have to play in the outfield, who they don't want to play in the outfield, but there's kind of a logjam in the outfield, even with the Aaron Judge injury, which actually kind of makes it worse, probably.
What is Judge's injury?
He hurt his elbow, his throwing elbow. We'll get more into depth into that later, but Jack, they were saying TJ, bro. There's a potential TJ on the line. Yep.
TJ for a fucking outfield?
I know, man. We might have to murder Aaron Judge on the field after a game because.
Although if anybody was going to be like, oh, now he's only DH. Aaron Judge, all right.
Well, yeah, hey, you said it. The Judge fans are going to be pissed because they say he's a great outfielder. Some disagree. Jack's one of them. Anyway, so O'Neal Cruz could go to the Yankees. He can also play infield, too. And the Yankees, he's not a good defender, which is bad because the Yankees, that's kind of their whole thing right now is they can't play defense. I think O'Neal Cruz would probably make that situation worse. However, if you're a Yankees fan, that's a guy to get excited for. O'Neal Cruz could probably hit some bombs in that stadium. Ryan O'Hearn from the Orioles. He's an all-star this year. 134 OPS plus. He's going to be a free agent. He's been linked to the Padres, the Astros, the Rangers, the Red Sox, the Brewers, and the Giants. So a lot of teams who aren't really in the mix on a lot of guys who could need a bat. Ryan O'Hearn. Right now, he's supposedly, according to Andy Koska, the best available lefty right now. And I'd agree with that too. Lefty bat. Who else?
I mean, Naylor's off the board.
Naylor's off the board.
Can't think of any.
Ryan O'Hearn, that could be a big ad for somebody. Luis Robert Jr., another guy who we didn't talk about. He's got a 229 WRC plus in the second half. Since the All-Star break, Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, that guy was a former Gold Glover, Silver Slugger, All-Star, was 12th in MVP voting just 2 years ago. Hasn't been as good late, but I'll tell you what, if you want Luis Robert Jr. on your team, it ain't going to take much. Just going to have to pay him a little bit more than you'd probably want to. But if you got the money, they'll trade him.
There's always players that you wonder, can they just not play on bad teams? Like, is there just no motivation to play there? And for the long haul, you kind of are cautious around that player. But if you're already a good team and they have 1 year left and you know that they're good when you're good, you got to take that.
It's a little bit of a lottery ticket with Luis Robert. I mean, he could have MVP level production. It wouldn't be that surprising if he comes and plays an amazing 3 months for your team. And I think he's signed through, when is he going to be a free agent? Do you know?
Let's see. He signed through, he has club options for 2026 and 2027.
Okay. So it looks like it's going to be an NL East battle, though. Luis Robert Jr. has been linked heavily to two teams in the NL East, the Phillies and the Mets, who are 1.5 games from each other. It's a little bit of an arms race over there. Both these teams look like they're trying to get a big trade going on. The Phillies are interested in Luis Robert Jr. to replace Max Kepler and Johan Rojas in the lineup. Those two haven't been hitting well this year. The Mets, here's a report. Here's a crazy report. Some believe that there's better than a 50% chance that the Mets trade for Luis Robert Jr. Wow, over 50%. I don't know. That's from Dan Bartels. USA Today's Bob Nightingale reports that the White Sox would only trade Robert to the Mets if Mark Vientos comes in return. So that's a big ask for the Mets, but it looks like it's coming down the Mets or Phillies. If Robert gets traded, he's going to the NL East and he's going to one of those two teams. Could be a bidding war.
I think the Phillies have that more immediate need in the outfield too, because their offense as the outfield is 27th in Major League Baseball by WRC plus, and they were out there starting Kyle Schwarber in left field.
Kyle Schwarber was in left field yesterday. So hey, Luis Robert, ever had a Philly cheesesteak, motherfucker? Get ready to eat a frickin' whiz on the cheesesteak. Ryan Helsley, possibly getting traded out of the Cardinals. They asked Ryan Helsley about potential trade. He said, quote, I would say it's 90% I go, 10% I trade. Sounds like Helsley is convinced he's going to get traded, which wouldn't surprise me. This guy was an all-star last year, led the league in saves to 102 miles per hour since 2022, second most valuable reliever in baseball. The Cardinals would love to trade him because they can get a lot for him. He's going to be a free agent next year, and there's a lot of teams in on the relievers, right? This is where it gets interesting. The Blue Jays, they're in on any pitcher right now. They've already showed interest in him this past offseason. The Tigers, They're struggling right now. They rank 20th in bullpen ERA. They would love Ryan Helsley on the team. The Dodgers, 24th ranked bullpen in this year in MLB this year. They've shown interest in the 31-year-old flamethrower Ryan Helsley. The Dodgers got a lot of assets they could give. The Phillies, another team, their bullpen is their weak spot, and they're losing fucking frickin'. Who am I talking? Who's the guy who's getting suspended with PEDs and can't pitch in the playoffs?
Alvarado.
So their best closer, who's going to come back before the season ends, but can't pitch in the playoffs, they're going to need to replace him. They'd want Helsley, and the Yankees, who rank 22nd in bullpen ERA, would love Ryan Helsley. So when you got the Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Yankees all needing bullpen help, all wanting to win a World Series, I can see these asks and these trades getting pretty beefy, offering big packages to a team where you can't say no to, which makes you think Emmanuel Clase, could he be available? Now, the Guardians aren't out of it. The Guardians playing a little better lately. The Tigers have been struggling. The Guardians have gained some ground on them. I wouldn't say they want to sell necessarily, but the Guardians have been known to flip some guys even when they're not trying to sell. Emmanuel Clase, their closer, led the league in saves 3 years in a row, most valuable closer in baseball since 2022, a 1.99 ERA. The Guardians would give him up for the right price, and the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Dodgers are in on a bullpen arm. If Emmanuel Clase goes to any of those teams, that instantly changes everything. I mean, if Emmanuel Clase goes to the Dodgers, we're talking a World Series favorite right there. Mason Miller, another guy that those teams could be in on. If they give the Athletics a package that the Athletics couldn't say no to, they could get rid of their all-star closer, who last year was an all-star. Won't be a free agent until 2030, so it's going to take a lot to get Mason Miller, but I would not be surprised if the Dodgers, the Yankees, or the Phillies make a run at Mason Miller. Griffin Jacks, Yohan Duran. Two more guys. Yohan Duran is especially interesting. This guy's at a 1.90 ERA, averages 101 miles per hour on his fastball. He is a big bullpen arm. That could be going to the Dodgers. That could be going to the Phillies. That could be going to the Yankees. So that's basically all we got. I mean, anything else? Anything I missed, Mitchell, in terms of big trade pieces? Have you heard anything on any guys?
There was another D-backs trade that went under the radar. I think Saturday, Randall Grichuk went to the Royals. So the Royals are buyers. They're not selling on Lugo. They've already acquired Randall Grichuk. I feel like they acquired one other dude where we're like,
yes,
what are they doing?
Adam Frazier.
They are below 500. They have like a 13% chance as we're recording right now to make the playoffs. But they're buyers.
They're going for it. They just won 2 out of 3 against the Guardians. Now they're playing Atlanta. That's an easy sweep. So, hey, surprises me a little bit. It also sucks that Caglione just went on the IL. And who else just went on the IL? Waka? Another pitcher, right? Bubik. That's a big loss. So, hey, hope it works out. Kind of reminds me of the Angels a few years ago. Maybe a little too late for this season. I do like the Seth Lugo signing because that's for the future. And Grichuk's probably going to be a free agent after the year.
Yeah,
right?
he's on a 1-year deal. But it's clear the offense for the Royals all around. Basically, if you're not Mikel Garcia or Bobby Wood Jr. or now Vinny Pasquantino, you're replaceable for the Royals offense. They've been just that bad all around. And I guess Salvador Perez has a really nice month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like the Royals are just saying, hey, can you play baseball? You're probably better than what we have right now offensively.
Interesting moves. A lot of interesting moves going along. A lot of moving pieces this time of year. And that's when these series become more important. A lot of good series this weekend. A lot of big name series. The Phillies and the Yankees played each other. The Dodgers and the Red Sox played each other. The Mets and the Giants. The Mets whacked them.
Blue Jays and Tigers.
That was a big one. But first and foremost, the Phillies and the Yankees, man. What happened to the Phillies and the Yankees, Mitchell? Fill me in.
Phillies crushed them in game 1. It was a lot of late scoring for the Phillies. They scored 10 runs in the last 3 innings. They won 12-4. Schwarber had a 2-homer game. and that was his 1,000th career hit. It was funny. He had a really, really good game.
2 bombs.
But someone else had a historical game. So when you see those highlights side to side, it's like, that's cute. Schwarber 2-homer game, 4 RBIs. Second game, Marcus Stroman gets hammered. Bryce Harper has had going into the series. He had 14 extra base hits in 10 games, which, according to Sarah Langs, was the most by a Phillies player in a 10-game span in at least 125 seasons.
Yeah.
He goes out on Saturday, hits a home run. But then on Sunday, Zach Wheeler doesn't have the best start. He has a 4-run outing.
Zach Wheeler's
Yankees won 4 to
washed.
3.
2 bad starts in a row. He gave up 2 runs to start before. And now he gave up 4 runs.
Yeah, 4 runs.
Zach Wheeler.
So 6 runs is his next start.
I'm on fall off watch. Best pitcher in baseball could now be the worst pitcher in baseball. Gave up 4 runs to the Yankees. How do you give up 4 runs to the Yankees? The Yankees suck now. Yankees have been going through a tough time. Now they salvaged the series, didn't get swept, but bro, the Yankees, and in game 2, I don't know if you looked this up or saw it. I'm pretty sure they played more sloppy defense. I saw Jazz Chisholm make an error in game 2, and I'm guessing there was more.
So they made 3 errors the entire season, or the entire series. Can you imagine 3 errors the entire season? 2 in game 1 didn't lead to a run. The Jazz Chisholm error you're talking about did lead to a run. I think there was a double on the very next play.
Sloppy ball from the Yankees, man. And it gets worse because Aaron Judge, the best hitter in baseball, one of the best hitters of all time, who's been carrying the offense for the Yankees. Now, there's been other guys have been doing great too, but come on. He leads the league. You want me to tell you what he leads the league in?
What does he lead the league in?
Aaron Judge. Are we talking about the same guy? Aaron Judge?
Yeah, Aaron Judge.
The outfielder for the Yankees? Well, he leads the league in WAR. He leads the league in runs. He leads the league in hits. He leads the league in walks. He leads the league in average. He leads the league in on base and slugging and OPS. And he leads the back in ROBA. And he leads the league in RBAT plus and total bases, not to mention intentional walks. But this is where it gets scary. His fucking arm is starting to hurt. There was a clip of him in the outfield making a throw and then his arm shaking his arm out. Yankees fans are getting mad because he played a couple games after that and there was no questions about it. Then this weekend going in the Phillies series, report came out that Aaron Judge might need Tommy John surgery and everyone freaked the fuck out. Which, wouldn't you too? I mean, that's one of the best players of all time needing Tommy John. It's rare for an outfielder to need Tommy John. Bryce Harper, we saw him have to get Tommy John a few years ago. Turns out it's not Tommy John, probably. Just a sprained flex. He's been flexing too hard. What was the name of the injury?
Flexor tendon.
So Aaron Judge, that's a problem when you have too many muscles and you're doing too many shirtless poses. For photo shoots, maybe. Because I've never seen Aaron Judge shirtless. I'd be interested to see that.
You go in there accusing him of
me
taking
up.
too many shirtless pictures, and then you go, well, now that I think about it,
Not enough.
haven't seen them yet.
Well, I assume if you're doing a lot of flexing, that you're probably doing it for a photo shoot. Maybe not. Either way, Aaron Judge looks like he's going to be on the IL for a little bit. When he comes back, they're saying he's only going to DH.
They gave no timeline. Last time I checked, it was like he could come back within the 10 days and then DH for who knows how long, or he could be out for a while and then come back and still need to DH.
Which is pretty crazy, man. That halted a really good season. Aaron Judge, on the sports books, for him not to get the Triple Crown was minus 150. So it was basically almost even odds for him to get the Triple Crown. And he was behind the dumper by like 1 home run and 1 RBI, and he leads the league in average by a shit ton, but like it looked like he was going to get the Triple Crown. Now I'm going to say he's probably out of that race because the big dumper hit a couple more home runs, got some more RBIs. If Eugenio Suarez goes the AL, then we got an RBI leader on our hands. He might not even qualify. Let's see how long this injury goes, but that's a big loss for the Yankees. So much so that they had to make a trade. Ryan McMahon goes to the Yankees. What do you think about that trade? That feels just like a good defensive upgrade.
Yankees wanted Eugenio Suarez so badly. And offensively, that would have been really good, but Suarez has never been the best defensive third baseman. I think if you're Cashman and the Yankees, before the Judge injury, you're looking at your offense going, that's good enough. But the defense has not been good. So let's get a guy who could potentially win a Gold Glove, put him at third, and if he hits like he has hit in Colorado, like a league average hitter. That's way better than what we've had with Oswald Peraza
Yeah.
at third base.
So their third basemen this year have combined for an 83 WRC plus, not great, and a -4 outs above average and a -2 defensive run save. So the third basemen have been bad at defense and not good at hitting. Ryan McMahon, the concern with him is that his home and away splits in Colorado for his career are insane. So, like, he's basically been a league average hitter his entire career or a little below. But at home, he has an 818 OPS, but on the road, it's 150 points lower, 664 on the road. So if you're a Coors guy who says it's the easiest park ever to hit, and his numbers are that good at home, maybe he's only good if he's in Coors. We'll see. But his second game for the Yankees, he saved a fucking run. He saved the game. He had a 2 RBI double to tie the game after going down 0-2 to the Phillies in the third game of the series. Then made an amazing play at third that might have saved the game-tying run from scoring. Then made another amazing play at third later on in that game. So he's actually been a big impact in 2 games already. They also got Ahmed Rosario, which probably should be good for the defense too.
Rosario's been a sneaky good lefty masher for a couple of years now. He has a 126 WRC plus against lefties this year, but he's not been great against righties. So he looks on paper like a league average hitter who can play around the field if needed. But I think that might be a sneaky good trade for the Yankees, just to have a nice lefty hitting or a lefty masher off the bench.
I respect it. I respect the lefty masher, man. Brandon Donovan, another trade rumor. He's been linked to the Yankees. The Yankees are interested in Brendan Donovan, outfielder for the Cardinals. They're going to need him, man. They're going to need him. They're going to need all the help they can get, especially with Aaron Judge down. Bad time to lose Judge, man. The Yankees have been struggling a bit. And then they got the Boston Red Sox right on their tail, man. The Boston Red Sox are a game behind the Yankees. 6.5 games behind the Blue Jays. Right now, the Red Sox are in a playoff spot, a half game up in the wild card race, and they face the Dodgers. The Red Sox have had a fucking tough schedule coming off the All-Star break. They came out of the All-Star break. They had to play the Cubs, and they were the hottest team in baseball. Had to play the Cubs. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs. Then they had to play the Phillies. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Phillies. Then they invited the big, scary Dodgers to town. What do you got on this series, man?
So it was Mookie Betts' return. He missed the first game and a half of the series.
For what?
He had a death in the family. So I think Mookie should have taken the whole series off. He didn't go on the bereavement list or anything. He returned in like the 6th inning of game 2, struck out to end the game. It's okay, Mookie, to stay home a little bit.
You're saying he's washed?
No, I'm thinking he should have let himself have some more time. But overall, the Red Sox have Ceddanne. We keep getting corrected on that. Ceddanne Rafaela playing second again.
It's Ceddanne.
We're gonna go with Ceddanne.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He has been a Gold Glove candidate in center field, and they have moved him to second base, where he has already been worth -2 outs above average. In game 2, Garrett Crochet had a great game, and Ohtani hit a home run. And in the post game, he said, "I feel like I've seen my clip of allowing a home run to Ohtani more than the actual game, and we won it."
Yeah, no shit, dude. It's Shohei Ohtani.
But Dodgers won game 1, but the Red Sox pulled out game 2 and 3. Garrett Crochet struck out 10 in that game on Saturday. Aroldis Chapman, did you see this?
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
That's not good.
But I saw his velocity was down to like 94.7.
Jeez.
That seems like an arm issue, and Chapman has famously never had arm issues.
Wasn't it his back?
It was his back, so he is saved from the arm injuries for now.
So is he on the IL?
I didn't see the update. He said he thinks he could be back in a few days yesterday.
Well, he's jacked. He's on steroids, so he could probably heal quickly. Heck, you say allegedly he's on steroids.
Maintaining my strength and my stamina during the whole year.
But the shut, dude. The fucking sorry for cursing, but the Dodgers, bro. Still, they can't get out of this streak, bro. The Dodgers since What is it, Mitchell? Look up the Dodgers since July 4th, man. July 4th, America's birthday. I think that's Shohei Ohtani's birthday, or Shohei Ohtani's birthday is July 5th. By the way, Mitchell had a good tidbit in the notes too, which was random as fuck. But Shohei Ohtani on his birthday is the second worst hitter of all time.
Yeah, MLB, they just released the birthday index, and Ohtani cannot hit on his birthday. So
He found his weakness.
the best day to face him is on his birthday. Maybe it's the one day he lets himself celebrate himself, you know?
This is
Every other day he's just laser focused on baseball, but on his birthday he goes, yeah,
yeah. He
I can let loose.
He usually gets 12 hours of sleep, but on his birthday he allows 10 hours of sleep, and it just
Throws him off. The Dodgers since July 4th, they're 5-13. That is tied for the worst record in baseball with the Braves. I guess the Rays have one more loss. So tied for the second worst record in baseball.
5-13.
Wait, Shohei's birthday is July 5th?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what if he's just partying on the 4th of July every time?
You think he loves America like
I
that?
think he's coming in a little hungover, dude.
I don't know. He deserves it because he's played so well, but I don't think Shohei's ever really drank alcohol like that.
No, I do think his body is a temple.
Did you see it? They had an interview with his old manager on the Astros, and he was talking about how he was like, they were going to like change his start. They're like, Shohei, like, because they were going to start a game at 11 a.m. because it was like on Boston Day. And they're like, Shohei, are you going to want to pitch on this day? And he was like doing the math. He's like, okay, yes. I'll go to sleep at 7 p.m. and I'll wake up at 4 a.m. and I can get my entire routine going up. Guy goes to sleep at 7 p.m.
Phil Nevin said that dude just falls asleep, has no issue. Just like
Like
if he wants to sleep at 3 p.m., he'll just go to sleep.
like a light. Fucking probably, Freddie Freeman's probably giving him some of his Xanax prescription. Knocked him out like
I
that.
think he's just like a narcissist. He could just go to sleep right away.
That's not what a narcissist means.
He's trouble free, is what I'm getting at.
A narcissist is trouble. What do you mean by narcissist?
Like,
Self-obsessed?
when you lack empathy, it's easy for you to sleep because you have no care in the world.
Oh, okay.
I do think that he has no evil in his heart.
Exactly. He's never done anything fucked up to anybody, so he can sleep easily. Unlike you fucking heathens listening to this podcast at 3 a.m. I know what you're fucking doing right now. Go to fucking sleep, but you can't because you've sinned.
That's what this podcast is?
A lot of people are up late at night and listening to this right now. They're like, why can't I sleep? I got to do fucking, what's the word? What are the pills? I got to do pills to go to sleep.
Ambien.
I got to smoke weed. I got to, do all these drugs. No, you need to go to church and repent. That's the only way you're going to go to sleep.
Changing this podcast to being called Confessions with Joey Duffield.
That's right. So yeah, the Dodgers need to turn it around, man. I am getting worried about the Dodgers. Not at all. I am 1% worried about the Dodgers. This is probably going to help them. It's going to add more pressure. They're going to trade for the best closers in the league. They're probably going to get Mason Miller and Emmanuel Clase probably, and they're going to win the World Series easily.
What are their odds right now?
Odds to win the World Series?
Yeah.
Very high. They're like 20%, I want to say.
Because the playoff odds are 100% now, right?
99. They have dropped by 0.8% since July 4th.
You're so spot on to be 1% worried.
They went, yeah, right? Yeah. They went from 99.9% chance to make the playoffs to 99. So
There goes the season.
there it goes. Their chances to win the World Series right now, according to Fangraphs, is 20% chance to win the World Series. I will go ahead and say that is the best chances to win by far. Yes.
Since the 4th, so on the 4th of July, they had a 23.5% chance to win the World Series, and that has plummeted to 20.4.
Interesting. Well, going back to the Red Sox, another trade rumor. They are interested in Dalton Rushing, a prospect for the Dodgers who's played some big league time this year at catcher. Hey, I wonder who the Dodgers would send for that. I mean, would they get back for that? Maybe Duran. I don't know.
That would be an interesting trade because the other catcher that the Red Sox have acquired from the Dodgers, Connor Wong, the one last remaining piece in the Mookie Betts trade, he's been terrible. Like, I look at the catching splits for the Red Sox, and it's like, oh, they haven't really been good at catching. Narvaez has been great at catching. It's Narvaez, right? But the backup catcher, Connor Wong, negative 0.6 WAR in 37 games. He's batting 151 with a 161 slugging.
Pick it up, Connor.
They've given him 104 plate appearances.
This is the Red Sox. This ain't freaking, AAA. This ain't your Little League team. This is the Red Sox, one of the most storied franchises in the history of American sports. And you're going to come to Boston and not going to hit well?
Connor Wong, more like Connor can't do right. All right, never mind.
Connor Wong.
Professional.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
All respect to Connor Wong and the family. We're praying for you guys. But let's stay in the AL East, man. The Blue Jays. Best team in baseball, man. You got to say it right now. They're the best team in baseball. I'm not going to say the best team in baseball history, but the best team in baseball right now. 63 wins. That's the most in MLB. Who would have thought the Blue Jays? But they've stayed hot, man. They've stayed hot. After they went on that crazy win streak, what was it, 11 games? 11-game win streak. Then they lost 2 out of 3. They said, no, 3 out of 4. They're like, maybe the Magic's done. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Athletics. Since the All-Star break, they got a revamp. They swept the Giants, won 2 out of 3 against the big bad Yankees. Or was that 3 out of 4? 3 out of 4 against the big bad Yankees? No, 2 out of 3 against the big bad Yankees. Then they went to Detroit this weekend and formerly the best team in baseball versus the new best team in baseball. And it wasn't even close, Mitch. What happened?
So first game, they won 11-4. The second game, they won 6-2. And the third game, they won 6-1. And after that, I think they felt kind of sorry for the Blue Jays. They said, or for the Tigers. They said, Tigers, you've scored less runs in the entire post-All-Star break than the Orioles did last night. We'll give you a couple. And so the Tigers, with Kerry Carpenter returning, won 10-4. But other than that, I mean, the first 3 games of the series were not competitive at all. After the third game, the Tigers had scored 16 runs in the 10 games post-All-Star break. That same night, the Orioles put up 18 runs. Like their offense has just been terrible.
The Tigers are falling apart on the offensive realm.
Bo Bichette had a really good series. He went 8 for 15, had 6 RBIs. George Springer turned into a singles hitter, but went 8 for 15. If the season ended today, this would be his second best season of his career as a hitter.
It's very interesting with the Tigers because going through all that trade stuff, like they're not really linked to anybody. And there's a couple areas where like the Tigers get mentioned, but like it's usually pitchers. So now it looks like the offense might be
dead.
Yeah, they're dead right now. Maybe obviously it's just a small stretch, but like the Tigers have been so good all season where they're kind of on cruise control. Now, how much have they lost? Like, what is this streak right now?
So coming into the series, they were 1-9 over their last 10. Then they lost the first 3.
But it's worse than that. It's been more than 10 games.
It's been since they played. It's like the Guardians in early July. I think they swept the Guardians, and since then that's been the free fall.
Since July 9th, so that is 3 weeks ago, they are 2-12, worst record in baseball. That isn't going to get it done, Mitchell. They have the second worst offense in baseball right behind the Pirates. They've only scored 43 runs. That is not going to get it done, Mitchell.
And that's with 10 runs yesterday.
Oof. That is not going to get it done, Mitchell. I'm worried about my Pirates, man. My Tigers. I'm very worried about my Pirates, but I'm worried about
You think they're out of it, the Pirates?
I think the Pirates might be time to wave the white flag. Trade Skeens to the Tigers.
It is kind of crazy though. Even after going 2-12 over 14 games, they still have an 8-game lead in the Central.
Yes, they still have an 8-game lead in the Central. My prediction of the Guardians coming back and beating them, it could still happen, but it is 8 games. It's the biggest division lead, isn't it? Still the biggest division lead in baseball right now. This is the Detroit Tigers. But I'm more concerned because it just doesn't seem like they want to add anybody when this is the time to add right now.
And it's like they have holes. Like their bullpen has been really bad. They've got Will Vest, who's been fantastic, and then everyone else. This is a team that relied on pitching to get to the playoffs last year with pitching chaos, and the pitching chaos has not been great in the pen this year.
Come on, Tigers, make a splash. You could be like the Mariners right now. Like I said about the Mariners, like if the Tigers added like 2 big name guys, which I don't think they're going to do, they would be the favorites to go to the World Series. And anytime you're favored to go to the World Series, that's a good sign. But let's keep it in the AL Central. There's 2 teams behind them battling for second place, and that is the Guardians and the Royals, who played each other this weekend. The Guardians have been hot after that big losing streak that they went on. And the Royals have been playing mid, and the Royals have been dealing with injuries. All their starters from the opening day, and that's been their strength this season, are now on the injured list.
Except for Lugo.
So Bubik is on the injured list now, and he's been their best pitcher by ERA this season. Sorry, now Caglione, he's on the IL with a hamstring tightness. You don't like to see that. Bobby Witt Jr. has a leg issue.
He did return. He missed, I think, 2 games. He was back by the 26th. So he missed, No, he only missed 1 game, but he had a leg issue that knocked him out of the finale against the Cubs.
Hey. Well, they did win 2 out of 3 against the Guardians, and freaking Jonathan India had a clutch-ass walk-off.
He's been one of the worst hitters in baseball this year, or like overall with his defense, and he was the guy that the Royals gave up one of their starting pitching surpluses for, Brady Singer, who had a great game on Sunday, and hasn't really performed. He's one of the reasons that the Royals feel like, hey, we need something else. But he walked them off on Saturday after the rainout, and then Noah Cameron. I don't think we've talked about Noah Cameron. He has a 2.44 ERA. He has the 3rd most WAR by a rookie pitcher this season.
Interesting. So, I mean, the Royals, I wouldn't say they're really in the playoff race right now. I mean, how many games back? I mean, they're definitely in the playoff race. I'm not going to say they're out of it. I'm going to say the odds are likely that this is a playoff team. They're down 4 games of a wild card spot right now. But they extended Seth Lugo. I like that for the team because they could be good next year. I'm not saying that they're a terrible franchise who needs to sell. They're kind of staying pat. I mean, they did trade for Frazier and for Gritchett, but I wouldn't say that makes them buyers. That kind of just feels like.
But it doesn't make them sellers.
They're not selling. They're not selling. They are not selling. They are not selling. The Royals are staying. The Guardians, they might sell some a little bit, but also stay. Should I stay or should I go? No. If I stay, it would be trouble. If I go, it will be double.
Yeah.
So come on and let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
Hey, we're doing a podcast, bro.
All right, the Mets and Giants. This was a crazy freaking series, bro. The Giants. Play the sound. What happened?
What?
You know that kid who does that with that kid on TikTok?
They can't do it. They can't win.
Okay, different kid, but
No,
same thing.
what happened? That guy.
Yeah, that's a different guy, Jack. But I like that. That was a good one too.
Shout out Hayden Baseball.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Giants are struggling, bro. The Giants just got swept by the mighty Mets, who are not struggling. The Mets, hottest team in baseball. Maybe my new favorite team in the league, the New York Mets. The Mets have won 7 in a row. They just moved into first place over the Phillies. They got a 1.5 game lead over the Phillies. They just traded for a new reliever, Gregory Soto. That guy's got some nasty shit, Mitch. A little wild, but the best closes are always wild. Gregory Soto is now a New York Met. They swept the Angels. Who else did they beat?
So this goes back to the final game, I think. Yeah, a Sunday game against the Cincinnati Reds. They had Pablo Sanchez show up, backyard baseball legend. And now they can't lose. So
they sweep the Angels and then they sweep the Giants.
Yeah, and now they have a new mascot, move over Grimace.
A new mascot from backyard baseball?
Pablo Sanchez. He showed up at Citi Field, and they haven't lost since then.
I can't wait for the backyard baseball to be re-released. So it's like they're teasing this shit like it's GTA 6. For the past year and a half, everyone's like, yo, backyard baseball's coming back. Like, yeah, you want to play backyard baseball? You could probably play it on a website for free right now. It's a game for 6-year-olds. Are you that nostalgic? That you think
you're a backyard baseball hater?
Yes, I think it's the stupidest shit ever. Everyone gets excited for backyard baseball. Like, dude, it's like, you think you're really going to be engaged in that? It's for little kids, man. No offense.
Jack, have you played backyard baseball?
I feel like maybe I have it. Was this like
It was a
PS1?
no, it was like
shit?
computer game.
It was like
they had backyard football, backyard hockey,
Oh
backyard
no, I never played this.
backyard
bullshit, bro.
soccer. I used to play it too, but I was 4. I mean, come on, we're adults,
I
guys.
was too
You're-
busy talking to chicks,
you
bruh.
know, now I am. Now I talk to chicks all the time.
Talk to one chick, bro.
Yeah, same. Whatever. That's better.
Not allowed to talk to any other chicks, dude. I
Same.
haven't talked to my mom in years.
Same. Shout out to Jack's girlfriend. Shout out to my girlfriend. Shout out to Mitchell's girlfriend. Don't even think about DM one of the boys on the podcast, you motherfuckers. Anyway, moving on.
I'm surprised you're a backyard baseball hater.
Why would I like backyard baseball, man?
I don't know. It was pretty fun.
Why is it so fun about it? You like playing it? When was the last time you played backyard baseball? Everyone in their head has this mind, oh, backyard baseball is awesome. You were 5 years old. You think that if you went to go play backyard baseball today, you're going to be like, oh, this is awesome? Like, it's going to suck.
No, I think I would enjoy it.
It's the idea of backyard baseball where everyone's like, yeah, backyard baseball, like back in the day. It's like, I think in practicality, when it actually happens, when you get that game on your laptop and you start playing, you're going to take an hour. You're going to be like, all right, I get it. I can.
You're talking to a guy who plays GeoGuessr, though. Mitch is like looking at a map, being like, "That's in Phoenix," and then he's like, loves it.
Well, I would say GeoGuessr is way better than backyard baseball. It trains your brain. It's like hard. It's like puzzles. You got to figure it out. But it's backyard baseball. You just click the button and run. It's just like
My favorite part about backyard baseball is you couldn't make them run to the next base until they were at that base. And so you have to like wait until they get to first base and on first base, and then you can click back. And then how long it takes for the pitches to come.
my favorite thing about backyard baseball was the kid in the wheelchair. He was a beast. And backyard football too. They let that guy run routes. You could throw to the kid in the wheelchair and you're just getting wrecked. But he would hang in there.
Wait, in backyard football, did they tackle Kenny Kawaguchi?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
They would they would
I don't have a problem with that. What's gonna happen? Gonna end up in a wheelchair?
Right? You can't get injured if you're already injured. But shout out to the Mets, man. The Mets are amazing. So in this series, the San Francisco Giants, who got swept by the Mets, Kodai Senga, I'm sorry, this was game 3. So they won the first game. It wasn't even close. Mets scored 6 runs off Logan Webb. So, hey, you got to feel good if you're the New York Mets. That's good offense. Anytime you put up 6 runs against Logan Webb, you love it. Then they win game 2 in a nail-biter, 2-1. Jung-Hoo Lee nearly ties the game. Then Patrick Bailey nearly ties the game, but the Mets hold on. Then game 3, Kodai Senga gives up 5 against the Giants in a bullpen game, but they still win. The Giants went 0 for 23 with runners in scoring position in this series. That's the first time since 1931, bro. 0 for 23. Mitchell. And it gets worse. Lucille's mom gets caught with crazy crab on kiss cam with husband in attendance on Lucille's Hall of Fame induction night.
I think had it been just her and the crazy crab, be like, okay, this is getting a little overplayed. But this was on Lucille's Hall of Fame induction night. Dad's right there. I don't know how he's missing it. And then Mr. Met made the trip from New York to be there with Lucille, and his mom's over there cheating on his dad.
Who the fuck are all these mascots, bro? Why are there so many fucking mascots? Why do the Giants have multiple mascots?
So the Giants mascot, there's like a mascot Hall of Fame, and
Duh.
Lucille just got inducted into the mascot Hall of Fame.
Well deserved.
So they had a bunch of the mascots who are already in the Hall of Fame, like Mr. Met, show up, and who was Mr. Crab with? Was this originally a Giants mascot?
Crazy Crab?
The Crazy Crab, yeah.
Yeah, he was the anti-mascot. The Giants got a mascot who everybody hated. And it was like a big deal, and the guy ended up suing the Giants. It was like in the 90s when the Giants...
They hated him on like he was like a heel?
Yeah, they made an anti-mascot. He was like the worst mascot in baseball. And I don't know why. I don't know. I forget what he did to become so hated, but they hated him already, and then he kind of leaned into it. But then it became like a joke, and the fans would boo him, and like players would like fuck with him. And then one player like pushed him down in the dugout. 2 guys like assaulted him with a bat and like fucked his back up. And then he went and sued the team and shit because he was like, I couldn't perform anymore because the guy was like big into theater and stuff. But his back injuries took him out of the theater because 2 players in the Giants, I think, assaulted him, allegedly. So some mascot lore for you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Settled out of court for $2,000. That's it, man.
Here you go.
I mean, he's a mascot, buddy. That's a month's salary right there.
So thoughts and prayers to the crazy crab guy. And thoughts and prayers to the Giants, man. The Giants have some weak points in their lineup. The Giants have a 56 WRC plus at catcher this year, the last place in catchers. Lamont Wade Jr., who is no longer on the Giants at first base, had a 60 OPS plus. He's replaced with Dominic Smith. So those are two terrible positions. They can't hit. The Giants just can't hit. And now Devers is playing first base. And if you saw the clips of Devers playing first base, it does not look pretty. He does not look comfortable at first base. I'm not sure if he ever technically made an error, but he dropped like 3 balls.
He looked like me in Little League playing first base, where you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Mitchell was really good at first base in Little League, I've heard. Devers, not so much. He's been hitting good, though. Devers a 989 OPS plus over his last, not OPS plus, a 989 OPS over his 8 games. But the Giants' offense is just kind of letting down the team. They need to pick it up. Let's see where their playoff odds are right now. NL West. The Giants are down to 24% after this sweep. Woo! They could use some more offense, but they already made their big splash in the free agent trade market, so I'd be surprised if they go out and get another. Who could you think of? They can't get a DH. I guess they get Ryan O'Hearn and then let Devers only be DH, and then you got a first baseman. That could be a guy. We'll see. We'll see with the Giants. Padres Cardinals. What do you got on this one?
This one was probably a very boring series to watch. This was a 4-game series. The Cardinals win the first 2 games. One's a shootout, the second's a shutout. And then the Padres basically reverse that. They win a close game in game 3, 3-1. Then they win a blowout in game 4. So it was a 4-game split. Manny Machado had a really good series. This is the one guy I think stood out from the rest of them. Went 11 for 17 with 1 homer and 5 RBIs. He's having his 3rd best hitting season by WRC plus in his career. His defense has dropped off a little bit. He's not the same defender, but I don't think we talk enough about Manny Machado being a stud for the Padres.
Yeah, and they needed him because their offense has been bad this year, and Tatis has been bad ever since he got hurt. I don't know if he's been playing a little better lately. He still leads the team in WAR.
He had a nice run on last week, so I think it's helped boost his stats. But overall, yeah, the Padres not great.
Arise, Cronenworth, and Bogarts are all league average hitters this year. Jason Hayward is off the team, sorry, but he's still listed here. He's struggled. Jackson Merrill's a league average hitter this year.
He's really struggled. And he shaved his beard hoping that something would change.
Well, he's been hurt all year, or for a lot of the year. Is he playing right now?
Yeah, he's been playing.
So, yeah, he's been a league average hitter. Surprising. Even our boy Gavin Sheets, who started off hot for the Padres, has been league average. It's a team of league average hitters.
Sheets, I don't know if it was July or since the All-Star break, but he was one of the worst hitters in one of those queries where his July by WRC plus was 10 or something.
And I think the biggest weakness for the Padres, all those guys who could be impact players are kind of league average, but their bench, their offense, guys coming off the bench is Jose Iglesias, 60 OPS plus. Martin Maldonado, 55 OPS plus. Tyler Wade, 60 OPS plus. I don't think he's still on the team. Brandon Lockridge, they've been relying on Brandon Lockridge. Never heard of him. 46 OPS plus. Oscar Gonzalez, 36 OPS plus. Trenton Brooks, 25 OPS plus. Bryce Johnson, finally a good guy off the bench, doing amazing for the Padres this year. 135 OPS plus. Yuli Gurriel, I don't remember him playing for the Padres. He was terrible. Is he on the Padres right now?
No.
Okay, rest in peace. And then everyone else who we haven't mentioned, who spent some time off that bench, has a negative OPS. So they got no depth, bitch. Maybe they add some depth at the trade deadline. Maybe they get the guy from another snack over there. Jesus Christ.
They don't know what's happening.
Well, I'm telling them, but we got people eating snacks during the recording. It's all right. You got to eat.
What happened to your... Is it supposed to look like that?
Listen, eating only works if we don't make a big thing out of it.
He's eating a free granola bar.
It looks
from
like a
downstairs.
freeze-dried cookie dough.
Can people please leave 5 stars, leave a comment, and subscribe so these people can afford lunch and don't have to eat the free granola bars?
I bought those. This is a Quest bar.
Okay. Still leave 5-star review.
Not a
please.
sponsor.
Not our sponsors.
Could be a sponsor.
Ridge Wallet. Buy Ridge Wallet right now. Use my code Ridge Wallet, PDE at checkout. I have it right here. I love my Ridge. Ridge is fire. Been using it ever since they sent me one.
You've been ridging?
Yeah, for 2 weeks, and I would carry around, and I'm like, yo, I show everybody. And they're like, yo, that looks so sick. Look at the colorways. Not an advertisement, but I do have a code PDE that you can use at checkout. Moving on to the A's Astros. What a series for the A's, man. The A's are back.
The A's might be back. This was a fun. I only watched one of the games, part of the game, but it was a fun game to watch.
Are you talking about the Nick Kurtz game?
The Nick Kurtz game. One of the best games in MLB history.
That's not an exaggeration. So he went 6 for 6 with 4 home runs.
And a double.
And a double.
And a single.
And a single.
And he scored every time he came up to the plate. And that's only happened 9 times in MLB history.
The big Amish, Nick Kurtz, out of Lancaster, PA. 6 for 6 with 4 home runs. Who the fuck hits 4 home runs in a game? A rookie on the Athletics, obviously. So when was the last time someone went 6 for 6 with 4 home runs, Mitchell?
I think that's the Sean Green game.
Sean Green game. What about the Scooter Garnett game? The 4 home runs that he hit.
I think that was just a 4-homer game.
Sometimes when players hit 4 home runs in a game, they don't end up actually being that good. Not saying that Nick Kurtz ain't going to be that good, but I'm saying it's happened.
The thing about Kurtz is he looks like he's still growing into his body. He's like 6'6", but his head's tiny. So he's still like growing into his body.
I don't think that's how that works.
Maybe his body grew too big for his head. But yeah, he just crushed it. He barely missed a 5th home run, which has never happened in MLB history. It hit the top of the wall. This is the home run itself, but the 4th home run. In the 4th inning, he hits a double. And you know how Houston has this very weird fence? It doinks off like 2 feet below what would have been a home run. But he could have easily been the first player in MLB history to have a 5-homer game. He was also drafted last year.
And he's a rookie, and he's literally the best hitter in baseball right now. So this month, or since in July, he has a 1,500 OPS, a fucking 1,052 slugging percentage. He's been on base half the time and a 429 batting average for Nick Kurtz, a rookie in Sacramento, Oakland, Las Vegas.
Coming into the series, he was the best hitter in baseball. And then he has a 3-homer game. He's put up 2.4 WAR this season. He's a rookie, so he's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. The National League Rookie of the Year, like one of the favorites, Drake Baldwin, has a 2.1 WAR for the entire season, and he's like a top 3, top 4 NL Rookie of the Year candidate. Nick Kurtz has done that in 20 games.
Nice.
Shout out Oakland, huh?
Yeah, right? Well, Sacramento. Well, Las Vegas. Oh, we get a shout out all 3. Shout out Lancaster, PA as well. Big Amish. Nick Kurtz in the house. Yeah, they sweep the Astros. And not to be that guy, but is it time to worry about the Astros? I mean, everyone gets swept. I'm not going to say that's kills them, but they have 18 guys on the injured list.
And it was a 4-game sweep at home. And they got out I have it down here. They got outscored 32-7 in the series.
Jeez Louise.
Is that the first time this season that the Athletics have swept someone?
That's the first 4-game sweep by the A's in the Mark Kotsay era.
So when did he get there? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Was he there with Stephen Vogt?
You should know if you're going to bring up the Mark Kotsay era.
2022.
Unbelievable.
It could be 2 years. It could have been 5 years. For the A's, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference.
If you look at this Houston Astros lineup, and the Houston Astros have been under the radar, one of the best teams in baseball all year. Right now, they're 60-46. So right now, I mean, they're like the 5th best record in baseball, 5th or 6th best record in baseball. They were like top 3 all season. But listen to their lineup: Taylor Trammell, Jose Altuve, great hitter, Jose Altuve. Then Victor Caratini.
Oh, I gotta interrupt you. Hold on.
Is there breaking news?
From Jeff Passan 17 minutes ago, Cleveland Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave as part of MLB's sports betting investigation. The Guardians got another one busted for betting.
Bro, Clase, no way Clase would do that, dog.
Well, it's non-disciplinary paid leave, so he's not like
He's getting
guilty.
He's getting investigated.
innocent until proven guilty. They're saying he might have known something with this other guy who got caught with it.
Or he and Ortiz were just betting, and Clase might have been a little better at it than Ortiz.
Listen, the other guy I feel like was betting on his own pitches for sure. Clase, when you're getting paid $20 million a year, I don't think, because he could have just been betting on other games or something. What we got? Any information on it?
So Passan just tweeted. I'm gonna look at some more stuff. I guess you can go back to the Astros.
Okay, we'll go back to the Astros.
But I'm gonna see what this is.
Clase could be a lifetime ban from baseball, though. That would be big news. Anyway, the Astros lineup right now, they're throwing out Taylor Trammell, Victor Caratini, Cam Smith, Yanir Diaz, who hasn't been hitting well, also Christian Walker, who hasn't hit well all season, Cooper Hummel, don't know him, Mauricio Dubon, never been a strong hitter, and Zach Short, who's been on like 5 teams in 2 years. So, like, doesn't really strike you as a first-place team. Because their injuries, mother trucker. This is who they got. Position players on the IL right now. Isaac Paredes, that's a big loss. Jeremy Pena, he's been under the radar, one of the best players in baseball right now. Fractured rib. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Mitchell might know. Luis Guillermo, he's done with the hamstring. Yordan Alvarez, no update on him that I know of. Fractured hand. Jake Myers, strained calf. Brendan Rodgers, strained oblique. They need steroids in Houston. Or they need Luis Robert Jr. Okay, Mitchell, is he going to get suspended?
Passan hasn't updated his article. There's this one dude who's making a speculatory tweet, I suppose, but it's Clase's thrown 22 pitches this year with an 0-0 count, and the base is empty, and 11 of them were classified as uncompetitive, which could look like he's throwing pitches like Ortiz was.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's effectively wild, though.
He is effectively wild. I would be more, without any like news, I would bet it's more just like betting on other games.
Yeah, like the thing is, when it comes to like throwing games like that and betting on a pitch to be a ball and throwing a ball, if you really, a guy like Clase, who I want to say makes like $16 million a year, $20 million.
No, he makes less than that.
$6 million a year.
His contract's actually really team friendly. This year, I think he's making like 4. Yeah, this year he's making 4.9 million. Next year's 6.4, and then there are 2 team options for 10 million.
No wonder he's betting, dude. He's broke.
He's broke. Only $6 million a year. Could you imagine living off that?
I can't live. That's why Joey pays me 30 million.
Yeah. Well, but in order for it to be worth it to him to throw a game or throw a ball and get paid, you mean probably like tens of thousands, 6 figures on a pitch? Like they would have the evidence probably way easier.
Basically, every other first pitch that you make per game, you need to be betting a lot of money for that ball.
Yeah.
And then it's suspicious.
If you're putting 10 grand on a fucking ball to be a ball, it's going to be flagged immediately. If you put 6 figures on that, that's definitely going to get flagged immediately. So the fact that there's no information on it, was the other guy put on the non-disciplinary paid leave, or is it?
Yeah, that's how it starts. And
Okay.
then as soon as like they conclude that you bet, then they can suspend you. But like, I mean, Wander Franco was on the non-disciplinary paid leave
Mm-hmm.
for like an eternity. And then I think it wasn't until the next year spring training where the Rays could say, oh, he failed to report, so we don't have to pay him.
Yeah, I'm already seeing clips of him just throwing balls way out of the zone first pitch of the inning. But yeah, well, there's more. Hey, we got to wait for more information to come out. That would be a crazy development. But I will say that probably means that Emmanuel Clase will not be traded at the deadline, which maybe it's going to be a good thing for the Guardians if he.
He wanted to stay in Cleveland so bad, he was betting against it.
Yeah. Damn, Clase. Well, wait for an update on that. The Astros, please don't get swept again. But let's keep it in the AL West, Mitt. Why don't we? The Mariners versus the Angels. So the Angels have done it again. The Angels have almost got to 500, then started playing like shit, looked terrible. Then they came back again against a good team and then won 2 out of 3. So now they're on up again. J-Rod, 3 home runs in 3 games. 2 home runs on Friday night. Mitchell, what do you got on this? You know more about this series than me.
I feel like it was a very Angel series. They just split the series. J-Rod had 4 homers in 3 games. This was a guy a lot of people were talking about being an undeserving All-Star. And his numbers are exactly what they were last year. He has like a 116 WRC plus. He's got a 3 WAR season going in.
When he gets hot though. J-Rod is one of the streakiest hitters in baseball.
Mike Trout is 1 homer now closer for you landing that bet. 2 homers. He's at 19 for the season. He just had his 1,000th career RBI. Zach Neto had a walk-off on Friday.
But they're also saying that Trout's a little injured too, that he's not been playing in the field.
Yeah, he said he's sore and that he's delaying playing in the outfield even more.
Okay, give him a rest. We all need a rest.
Oh yeah, and Cal Raleigh had 2 more homers. So he has 41 home runs before the end of July.
Yeah, it's
catcher.
It's Cal Raleigh MVP season. With Judge on the IL right now, it really looks like Big Dumper's going to do it. Oh. I was fucked, dude. Not to make this about betting all the time, but like, I know I just have to do it. But like, a couple weeks ago, I was watching TV and they're like, yo, Cal Raleigh to win the MVP is plus 500. And Aaron Judge is like minus 100, right? Like, obviously, Judge is going to win MVP. Plus 500 for Cal Raleigh to win the MVP. And I looked everywhere, tried to bet it, and I couldn't find it anywhere, dude. MGM was advertising like they're offering this shit, and then you go on MGM, they don't even offer it. It's bullshit, dude. Fuck the sports books. I would have cashed out on that because Raleigh's going to win this crap because I'm not going to speculate. I don't really think Aaron Judge is going to be back soon.
I could see the thing about his elbow, though. I think when hitters have an elbow issue, like Harper or Ohtani, if you're a left-handed hitter and a right-handed thrower, it's a lot easier to come back than if you're a right-handed thrower and a right-handed hitter.
So is that good for Judge?
It's bad for Judge.
Bad.
Because guys like Harper and Ohtani, they get Tommy John, and they're good to hit within 3 or 4 months. And I know Judge is not a Tommy John thing, but there's something about your elbow when you're swinging and you're a dominant hitter, your same side hitter as your throwing arm, where it's just, there's something about your elbow. I don't know medically what it is.
Your back elbow.
But it's just worse to swing on it. I could see it being longer than, but then again, I thought Ohtani was never going to pitch again, so.
Let's leave the
With
predictions.
that, Aaron Judge is coming back next week.
Let's leave the predictions to me. Okay. So the Seattle Mariners are hot. Oh my God. My Giants are hot too. Sorry, my Rangers are hot too. The Seattle Mariners aren't really hot. They do have a 73% chance to make the playoffs. And this is their time to catch on the Astros if they want to do it. And if they add Eugenio Suarez, I'm like convincing myself that the Mariners are going to add Eugenio Suarez and just become the World Series favorites. If they add Eugenio Suarez to this offense, who right now this season has been the 12th best offense in baseball. Not crazy. Nothing crazy. But if you have Eugenio Suarez and you just add Josh Naylor, we're talking about a lineup with J.B. Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, the Big Dumper, Randy Arozarena, Josh Naylor, and Eugenio Suarez. Come on, man. That's a pretty freaking good lineup. And this pitching staff, all righties too. Only righties in the starting staff. But Brian Wu, who's amazing. It's amazing. When he come out this evening. Brian Woo's amazing. George Kirby's amazing. Logan Gilbert's amazing. Luis Castillo's amazing. On paper, with one of the best closers in the league, Andres Munoz, I really could get convinced that the Mariners will be AL favorites if they add Eugenio Suarez. Don't get your hopes up, Mariners fans, too much because actually it is. The Mariners always make big trades. They won't ever sign a free agent, but they end up just trading for like big guys instead.
I always confuse Preller and who's the other guy?
Speedo?
Just the guys who just trade Dipoto. Because they trade nonstop. It's like they're playing MLB The Show, and they're just like, oh, time to trade. Haven't made a trade in a week. So I would be shocked if the Mariners don't do more.
Come on, Mariners. It's your time to shine, man. They need it. That city needs it more than anyone. I think they don't get enough credit for being the worst franchise in baseball since they've come to Seattle. Whatever year that was, they've been so bad. I mean, they didn't make the playoffs for 20 years before like 2022. And before that, I think they only made it like twice with Big Griffey and Big Randy and Big Ichiro.
3 of the best players in MLB history and another Hall of Famer, and they made the playoffs like twice.
Yeah. Come on, let's bring it home to Seattle. They deserve it. I actually went to Seattle in April, so I understand the city, and I understand how much a World Series would change things.
You get it?
I get the fucking culture out there. I understand the Seattle vibes. I understand the grunge rock movement. I love doing heroin. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage.
A lot of singing on this episode, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Cole Cobain.
Cole Cobain.
And let's keep it in the AL West for my Braves versus my Rangers. Jesse Chavez. It's been nice for you, man, but the career is over for Jesse. After damn near 20 seasons, this old fart said, you know what? Mitchell told me he signed back with the minor league team. Totally lied to me because he didn't.
I said he didn't elect free agency. He did. It just got announced a day later. And then he said, you know, I'm never picking up a baseball again.
So he's done, which sucks because ever since we lost him, man, it's been bad. We got swept.
Haven't won a game since he retired.
It was going good before that, but now not anymore. We freaking lose to the Rangers, which hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. The Rangers right now, out of nowhere, Mitchell, no one thought this Rangers team had it. Everyone thought, all right, 2023 was a fluke. Last year, they sucked. Now, this year, they came back with high expectations, and they laid a goose egg again. This is just not the team. This is just not the organization. Guess what? In the past, since July 20th, the past week, they've gone from a 19% playoff odds to 51% playoff odds for the Tejas Rangers. And I'm going to guess it all has to do with their offense, who, for some reason, was terrible all year. And right now is amazing. Freaking Corey Seager. Do I even have to say it, Mitch? We've said it the past 4 episodes. He's the best hitter in baseball history over the past month or so. Am I wrong?
He's not even the best hitter in the AL West, but he's second best.
Who's the best hitter in the AL
Kurtz.
West? Kurtz. Okay, Nick Kurtz. But hey, tall order, right?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to be better than Kurtz, but second place is not a bad.
Well, he's doing it for a team that's in the hunt. Nick Kurtz might be hitting well, but are the A's playoff odds any better than they were before he started hitting well?
No.
No, they suck ass. The Tejas Rangers, like I said, 19 to 51% in a week. You're feeling good if you're in Texas. Let me look up the best record in baseball since July 8th. I guarantee you it's the Texas Rangers. Bang, it is 12-3. Bing bong. And during that stretch, they have the best offense in baseball. Better than the Athletics, who are in second. 92 runs scored. I'm in love with this team. I mean, did you watch any of the games versus the Braves? Are you still watching every game, Mitch?
I watched Friday, I think.
Did you see anything in these teams that stood out to you?
I saw the Braves just look like a minor league team.
I
Michael
know-
Harris had a great series.
Yeah, Michael Harris hit the frickin' better than a cycle.
We're back. We're back on Michael Harris.
He went 4 for 4 with 2 triples, a home run, and a double.
Just missed the cycle.
He's gonna hit the cycle, and this guy dove for a ball that he shouldn't have, and it turned into a triple when it should have been a single. He robbed him of it fucking cycle.
But a 2-homer, 2-triple game is actually more or rarer than a cycle.
He
so
didn't
it
hit
takes
2
it.
home runs. I thought he had a double.
Oh, a 2-triple, 1
Yeah.
homer game.
It is rare, but like, don't you kind of rather have a cycle just to say you hit a cycle?
Yeah.
You know, when it's all said and done.
The thing about this series too, though, with the Rangers is there wasn't really a standout hitter. You know, there wasn't a guy who carried the team. But the worst hitter of the series, Marcus Semien, who has not played well lately, he still scored three runs in the series. Like the Rangers made the most of their opportunities. They were facing Bryce Elder. Grant Holmes got injured, so now all 5 Braves opening day starters are not only on the IL, they are on the 60-day IL.
That's good. Now at least we can blame injuries.
Now we can blame injuries.
It's
Before we really didn't have that excuse, but now we do.
Well, now we have an excuse.
But yeah, the Rangers, they just made the most of their opportunities. On Saturday, it was a tie game, or they were down 1 and going into the 9th inning, Iglesias blew a save, and then they walked off in the 10th inning, like the first or second batter. They didn't waste opportunities. It was a well-earned sweep for the Rangers.
Yep, the Rangers, baby. They got Rowdy Tellez in there too. I saw that. That's a big home run hitter for the boys.
I saw Jock Peterson's back.
Like that. I like that. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, this Rangers team is scary. I think they have a chance to overtake the Astros too right now. I mean, 18 guys on the IL. 18 guys on the IL. 18 guys on the IL. You don't think, if you're a Rangers player, you're looking at that and thinking you can do it? You should be able to do it. You should be able to. Only 4 games back. They tied the Mariners right now. The Texas Rangers have tied the Mariners without the big dumper. They don't even have big dumper, and they're as good as the Mariners. I just said the Mariners could be the best team in baseball. Best team in the AL if they just get one more player. Why don't the Rangers get Eugenio Suarez? Now I'm fucking firing all whatever. Cylinders.
Firing on all sinkers.
Yeah. Jack, your Marlins, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What do you have to say about their performance lately?
A lot of, hey, listen. The game's full of holes and flaws and a lot of hard work, a lot of power at the plate, a lot of we're missing some things, and we're gonna come back next season. We're gonna come back better.
You guys?
He doesn't even realize they're good.
Yeah, they're the best team in baseball right now.
Right now.
Well, they just played the best team in baseball, the Brewers. What was the Brewers coming into this series? How hot were they?
9-1 in their last 10 games.
5-1 post All-Star break.
Basically, they were the best team you could have. They had the second best team ERA. They scored the 8th most runs.
But they came into the series with the best record in baseball, and I'll give you a hint. They didn't leave the series with the best record in baseball because they had to play the Miami fucking Marlins at home too. The Marlins went into their house. The Marlins went to Milwaukee on Milwaukee's Hall of Fame day. They had Prince Fielder, Nigel Morgan hitting bombs on the field.
Did you watch any of that?
No, I saw Nigel Morgan nail a guy in the head with the ball, and I saw Prince Fielder hit nukes at like however Prince Fielder looks like he could be on a team right now. It was amazing to watch. Anyway, they have this big celebration in Milwaukee. Doesn't matter. The Marlins come in and shut them down, dude. The Marlins are fire right now. Kyle Stowers hit another home run, by the way.
Kyle Stowers is actually the second best hitter in baseball over the last month.
Him and Nick Kurtz, man.
The guys you would expect.
Right?
The Brewers home run derby, the alumni home run derby, I think more teams need to do. Because normally it's just like a softball home run derby. It doesn't have the same feel. They went all out for this. It was a full-on baseball home run derby with a bunch of their like old players. And I think Keenan Broxton,
Okay.
I think that's his name. He won and he did the Prince Fielder home run celebration.
Keenan Broxton?
Yeah, he did the home run celebration at the very end.
Wasn't familiar with your game, Keenan.
And do you know when the bowling pin Prince Fielder celebration?
Yes.
They did that at the very end of the home run derby.
Respect. I mean, the funniest clip ever, Nigel Morgan trying to hit home runs and hitting a fly ball and just nailing the security guard in the head, who was standing on the foul line, just not looking at the field. Like, that's what he was supposed to be doing. It's like, what'd you think was going to happen? They asked this guy to stand on the field and look into the crowd to in case of an intruder or something. Well, if you're standing on the field in a home run derby and you're not looking at the hitter, you're gonna get smoked in the head. And he did get smoked in the head. Mitchell's gonna find this soon enough.
We're having some.
Oh gosh, the computer's
issues.
broken. Well, it doesn't matter. I described it perfectly. So if you didn't get an image of it, my description is probably even better. But the Marlins beat the Brewers. So the Brewers no longer have the best record in baseball. I wonder if the Brewers are going to add anyone. I would really doubt it. That's just not their MO. They might trade a guy or two, honestly. But they're tied with the Cubs right now in that Central. Speaking of the Central, Jack's other team, the Pirates. The Pirates had a great series, too. The Pirates swept the Diamondbacks, right? Or no, they won 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3.
So, yeah, it looks bad for the Diamondbacks. But, I mean, it was basically a sweep. The Diamondbacks in Game 1, they faced, who was this pitcher for the Pirates who had an amazing game against the Diamondbacks, who's been very bad all year? Mike Burrows. The Diamondbacks face Mike Burrows, and they get shut out. And they end up winning this game, but I think in overtime, 1-0, and it just shows you that the Diamondbacks, man, it's just not their year. They lose 2 out of 3. Brandon Pfaadt doesn't throw his fastball anymore.
So he didn't actually pitch in the series, but I saw this. Brandon Pfaadt had some of the worst starts back to back to back that you could imagine. I think he allowed 10 runs without getting an out. Next start, he allowed 6 runs, went 2 innings. Since the beginning of the month, he's basically said no to his fastball. And then Lance, how do you say this? Brodowski pointed out that in his last start,
Come on, dude, you're from Michigan.
we don't have that many Polish people in West Michigan.
Oh, my bad.
He threw 0 four-seamers in his last start. And he has a 2.70 ERA in the month of July.
The Diamondbacks are abandoning the fastball. Interesting method. And they trade Josh Naylor. And they're about to trade the whole team. And they just lost 2 out of 3 to the Pirates. Sucks to suck. But
They did have to face Paul Skeens.
yes, Paul Skeens had another great start. 1.83 ERA for Paul Skeens now. And they let him pitch, too. He went 98 pitches. For the first time in, I want to say since June, he actually didn't get limited in his pitches. So that's good. I wonder why that calculation is being, I wonder what the calculations are. Why some starts say, yeah, go. Some starts are like, no, don't go.
It's how much of a favorite he is for the Cy Young, maybe.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, well, he's not pitching enough innings. We might need to get that back up.
yeah, they definitely want him to qualify for it because I'd say he's probably the Cy Young favorite, Mitchell, would you say, by far? Or is it?
I would say favorite, especially after Zach Wheeler, that one bad start. But unlike the AL where it feels like it's Skubal and the rest of the field, Skeens doesn't feel like he has the big gap that Skubal does.
I think Skeens is going to win it easily. I mean, if it ended right now, like right now, Zach Wheeler, who would be second, at least in WAR, has a 2.56 ERA. His ERA is 0.7 runs higher than Skeens. It's not even close in ERA, which is the most important stat. And they pitched the exact same amount of innings. Other guys who would be in that category would be probably Logan Webb, maybe be considered for it right now. But he's got a 3.38 ERA. So if you want to divide them by ERA, which I still think is the most important, Skeens leads it by a shit ton, almost half a run. And second place is Matthew Boyd of the Cubs. That would be a sneaky pick.
That'd be a massive upset.
Yeah.
Christopher Sanchez, too, is up there. Does Sanchez... this is terrible. Does Sanchez not throw a fastball?
I have no idea. Oh, why? I don't know why the velocity is not there. Either way, if the season ends today, Skeens is definitely the Cy Young winner. Let's tip our caps to Paul Libby Dunn Skeens. Jack's Rays. I couldn't even tell you what happened in this series. I don't even know one thing that happened in this series.
The Reds swept.
Fuck, Jack.
The Rays scored 5 runs the entire season, so you can basically point it... Or the series. I keep saying that.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Don't curse.
The Rays offense scored 5 runs the entire series, so you could basically point at any pitcher who pitched that series and they did a great job. Ellie de la Cruz went 6 for 13, and that's all I got. The Reds face the Dodgers next.
All right. Reds are trying to make a comeback. I mean, they were linked to Eugenio Suarez. So looks like at least part of them wants to buy. They're 6 games above the mid-Doza line now. Like to see that. Love to see that for the Reds. Problem is now they got to face the big, bad, scary Dodgers. Chase Burns is going against the Dodgers tonight. Do you think this is going to be a landmark start for the young hotshot, or another brow beater?
I mean, if I'm Chase Burns, I want to face this iteration of the Dodgers offense. You just got to face Ohtani, and then Teoscar Hernandez had a pretty good series. I don't think we mentioned that in the Red Sox Dodgers part, but the Dodgers offense still is pretty cold on the whole.
Yeah. So it's a good time to face the Dodgers if you're the Reds. And that's a great sweep for the Reds, huh? They went down from an 8% win probability to a 21% win probability in a series. Didn't they just lose a series to the Nationals? Then you're going to come up here and freaking sweep the freaking Rays? Respect to the Reds, man. Respect to the Reds. I hope Chase Burns shuts the Dodgers down tonight. Chase Burns, I'm in your corner. 1 home run to Shohei, and then you dial in 7 no-hit innings. I'd love to see that. All right, and we got the Rockies and the Orioles, the series of the weekend. One of these games was 18-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, I actually went to the 18-0 game. It was
Mitchell.
It was a fun one.
Respect.
Alex Jackson hit a Happy Gilmore style homer. I don't know if you saw this one, but he comes in against Kyle Farmer, who's a position player. And first pitch, Jackson scoots up in the box as the pitch is being thrown, and he hits it to straightaway center, or a little bit towards right center. He has 3 homers on the season. He's upped his career OPS plus by 15 points.
Has he ever hit a homer like that, doing the walk-up?
No, but I think Alex Jackson is, when he retires, he's going to be a beer league softball legend because he's got a lot of power, but he cannot hit major league pitching.
Yeah.
Which is why you let him face Kyle Farmer to stat pad.
I'd say that any player in Major League Baseball could be a beer league softball legend. Not to be a dickhead.
Is Chad Cordero a beer league softball legend?
He is. He's on one of the best slow pitch softball teams in the state. The Maestros. 3 games got rained out last night. That one hurt.
3?
3 games last night we were supposed to play. We ended up playing 0 of them. Because Mother Nature. Thank you for the rain, but sucks about softball.
Your boy Tomoyuki Sugano. Did you see this? He threw 6 95-mile-an-hour fastballs on Sunday.
Yo!
For this season, he has 7. So he threw 6 of the 7 95-mile-an-hour fastballs yesterday against the Rockies.
Yeah,
he goes all out against the Rockies.
He's trying to get traded. He's like,
And
get me out of Baltimore. I can throw gas.
He struck out 8 batters, which tied a season high.
That would be an interesting trade. I mean, Suganu could be a potential trade, another starter for all those teams that need starters. Another guy, Ramon Laureano, is another guy for the Orioles who, Mitchell has it right here, has the same WRC plus as Devers, Machado, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a better WRC plus than Matt Olson, Riley Green, Randy Arozarena, Jazz Chisholm, Isaac Paredes, Ryan O'Hearn, Freddie Freeman, and Fernando Tatis. You can get a player better than Fernando Tatis Jr. right now at the trade deadline. Ramon Laureano from the Orioles. So, I mean, who the fuck needs an outfielder? Yankees. You need an outfielder? Laureano's your guy. Who else? Phillies.
Oh, Phillies definitely
You need an outfielder?
badly.
Laureano's your guy. Cubs don't need an outfielder. Tigers.
Maybe.
Get some offensive help in there.
They could use the offensive help. The outfielders feel very movable. Like, Vierling plays outfield. He also plays third. Wise had played a bunch of center. He plays the infield. Trying to think of any of the other guys. But yeah, they could put him in somewhere.
A lot of people could use a Ramon Laureano. I feel like the Orioles got a lot of guys that they could trade that we probably haven't covered. I mean, they already traded. I guess Felix Bautista, I read, was off the trade market. Doesn't seem like Felix Bautista is going to move. Suganu could go. He's had a pretty good season, 4.38 ERA. Maybe a lot of teams will see him throw 95 miles per hour and say, oh, we could do something with that. I honestly think that could have been part of the reason why he did that. Charlie Morton, we've covered him. He's had a great second half. someone would trade for Charlie Morton, another guy that analytics departments look at and say, "Ooh, damn, we could do something with that high spin rate curveball." You know what I mean? Sir Anthony Dominguez, another good bullpen piece that a lot of teams would like. So that's why the Orioles are interesting. They got some pieces to move. The Cubs. Oh, the Cubs, White Sox, Chicago on Chicago, dude. Oh my gosh. This is like freaking King Vaughn versus, you know? It's like Chief Keef versus King Vaughn, bro. Two Chirac killers going at each other. It's a series no one wanted to see. Why can't we live in harmony, you know? But the White Sox versus the Cubs.
So the first game, the White Sox just blow out the Cubs. I
Yeah,
don't
they
even remember the final score.
they had their shooters, bro.
I think it was 9-0 at some point in that game.
The Cubs got some shooters, bro. White Sox not so much.
The White Sox blew out the Cubs.
Oh
game
shit! Caught the Cubs lacking.
But yeah, the White Sox were up 9-0 at some point in that game. It was really early on in the blowout, but the Cubs do win games 2 and 3. Kate Horton goes 6.1 scoreless innings. Ben Brown, one of their worst starters, they sent him down for a bit. He had a good start on Sunday, and the Cubs won 5-4.
Damn. So the White Sox caught the Cubs lacking in game 1, but the White Sox end up being a bunch of goofies, lose the series 2-3. Interesting. The Cubs were able to get back in first place. Like that. I like that for my Cubs. How did Shota Imanaga do?
This was the blowout start then. So he, in his start against the White Sox, allowed 7 runs,
Ooh.
3 homers, and 3 innings.
7 runs to the White Sox, Shota? Come on, my man. Are we worried about Imanaga?
Everyone has a bad start. When you face sluggers like Austin Slater, Colson Montgomery, and Chase Medroth, you can't help but tip your cap.
I'm just saying, man. Since coming off the IL, he's got a 3.51 ERA. But since July, he's got a 4.13 ERA. Could be better. Room for improvement, Imanaga. But it's good to see the Cubs stay hot, beat the White Sox, and win the Battle of Chicago. And then we have one last series. The Nationals versus the Twins, man. Oh, Royce Lewis is hot now, huh?
Royce Lewis has been hot.
I like that. He's had this first down season of his career, and he stayed healthy all year. No, he has not stayed healthy all year.
No, he's definitely not stayed healthy all year. But overall, he's been really good in July. Since June 1, but he missed 15 days in mid-June to the beginning of July. But going into the series, he had a 153 WRC plus dating back to June 1. He did miss that time with injury. This series overall was a forgettable one, I think. Twins won the first game 1-0. Zebby Matthews went 6 scoreless innings. The Nats won games 2 and 3. Joe Ryan had a rough start on Saturday. And biggest takeaway is James Wood had a hitless series. He went 0 for 12 with 10 strikeouts. And for the month of July, he has a 68 WRC plus. Since the All-Star break ended, he has a 114 batting average and a 171 slugging.
Damn, that's probably the first time he's played bad in his career. I feel bad for James Wood. He's probably going through a lot right now. 0 for 12?
With 10 strikeouts.
That's not the James Wood I know. He'll be back, though. I'm not worried about James Wood. I'm not worried about the Nationals. I think they're going to be good this year. Twins, though, now. Should the Twins trade Joe Ryan? I heard that be kicked around a little bit. He's signed through 2028. Joe Ryan has been under the radar, one of the best pitchers in baseball this year, with 2.82 ERA. Okay? You could get a lot for Joe Ryan. There's a lot of guys, a lot of teams who need a starter. Joe Ryan's going to cost a lot, but I'm looking at you, Yankees. Jeff Passan said today, or the other day, the Yankees farm system, they can get whoever they want with that farm system. So why not get Joe Ryan this year? You can replace Garrett Cole for the rest of the year with Joe Ryan. Then you got him for the next few years. You're the Yankees. You could afford it. What about the Blue Jays? Strike while the iron's hot. You're the best team in baseball. Now, why not get a Joe Ryan? Joe Ryan would be the best pitcher available at the deadline if he is available. And I'm sure the Twins would listen to it because the Twins look like they're out of it right now. Joe Ryan's a maybe. Joe Ryan would be a big one. That would be a splash. And we're waiting for a splash. So do we have an episode before the deadline? Oh, so Thursday is the deadline.
Should we record that?
At night?
Or yeah, like as the deadline's happening?
No, that's going to be bad news bears. As we've shown, we're not that good at looking up stuff mid-podcast. We accuse Class A of doing illegal activities.
There's been no more information on that. Except the Guardian said they expect no more players to be involved. The Guardian said in a statement that they have been informed that no additional players or club personnel are expected to be impacted. Do you think the Guardians got this news and they were like, "Is there just tell us now? Are there any other players? Are we about to lose Steven Kwan and J Ram too?"
Oh no.
And MLB was like, "No, not yet."
I don't know what the Guardians did. I'm sure MLB was like, "You're good to go." I just hope Class A didn't bet on baseball. That would suck. If a bad player does it, it's kind of funny. When a good player does it, you're like, damn, like, we're going to have to ban this guy for life? That would be a big bag fumble.
It's like Pat Hoberg being the umpire that got suspended for betting. You were like, any other umpire would have been hilarious, but Pat Hoberg, damn.
Yeah. Hey, man, sometimes you just want to bet the over, and you do it. Shit happens. So that's all we got for today's episode. Let's get to some questions. Okay, this is a long question. When you guys go to a ball game, do you bring your own food or buy stuff there? My entire 2 decades of going to games with my dad, we've always gone to the grocery store to buy hot dogs, peanuts, and sodas to bring to the game. The only thing my dad would ever get there was a Dodger Stadium chocolate malt because he said it was one of one. But other than that, I've never had anything because it's so expensive. Never tried a Dodger dog. I've never brought food to a game, but I can't hate on that because, come on, the prices are crazy.
I'm telling this guy, it's okay to buy one Dodger dog. Next time you go to a Dodger game, it's okay to part ways. I don't know how much the Dodger dogs are. $7,
Probably
$8.
$7.
Just buy yourself one Dodger
Yeah,
dog.
if you never tried a Dodger dog, come on, man.
You've been going to Dodger Stadium for 20 years. You were watching Rafael Furcal and Nomar Garciaparra, and you still haven't had a Dodger dog?
Yeah, that is a little weird to go to games for 20 years and never once try any food at a baseball game.
Just one time. It's $7.
Hey, I respect the sausal.
But also Reg Rigby. Hey man, a lot of people don't have their father to take them to a baseball game. You know? Appreciate what you do have. You got a pocket full of snacks. You obviously can't bring a fucking malt because it'll melt. So you gotta buy it there. Your dad's lying to you about the reason. If your dad could sneak a McFlurry in for an hour, he would.
You think he tried sneaking in an ice cream bar one time and went, oh shit,
You
it's
learned that
melted.
once. You learned that once. But I appreciate it though. I'm the type of guy like I once brought what are they called? Chicken fries from Burger King into a movie theater. And everyone was looking at me like I was insane, but I was sitting there eating fucking chicken fries. So who's crazy?
That's illegal, man. Glad you got away with it, though.
Yeah.
But that's kind of blow people's minds that you're allowed to bring in food to a game, baseball games.
You are allowed?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I didn't know you were allowed.
Yeah, it just has to be like in sealed bags. When we go to a baseball game, whenever, are you going to bring your own hot dog?
I'm going to put a malt in my pocket.
Jack, what's your Mount Rushmore of baseball players?
Ooh.
Top 4.
The
The GOATs. GOATs only.
Well, my goats.
Yeah, who's your GOATs?
Because my goats are not necessarily going to be goats.
The best 4 of all time.
Because I'm not even touching. If you played before 2025, you're fucking nothing to me. You're nothing to me. You mean nothing.
That's old shit.
So, all right, I'm
Definitely
going
late.
front and center. I know it's 4 people, so there's no center, but there's one that's a little bit bigger. Shohei Ohtani. You know, he's probably on everybody's, but that's where he is. Right next to Shohei, man. I'm going Cal Raleigh. Big dump.
Big dumper.
And then on either end, just to spice things up a bit, there's one of them is on the fence. Tommy Pham's there, buddy. Tommy Pham's there.
I was waiting.
I mean, Tommy Pham had a hell of a series, did he not? Tommy Pham's like the
Tommy Pham has been
best
playing
hitter in the NL or something.
Yes, Tommy Pham is the best hitter in the NL. Let's fact check that. Yes, right here. Yep. Tommy Pham, best hitter in the NL at the moment.
Do I know ball or do I know Tommy Pham? That's really what it is.
Tommy Pham was hot, right? Is he still hot?
He's still hot. He's
Look at
got
that.
a
I think for the last month he's been
9-game hitting streak.
9
7-game hitting streak. Batting 400 since July 19.
992 OPS in the month of July. Get him to a contender.
Sometimes you come off the IL and you're better than you were before.
Well, for him, he got different contact lenses.
Listen, Pirates trade Tommy Pham to the Yankees. He's out there in the outfield in the Bronx with those crazy Bronx motherfuckers.
I don't know if he's not really a Yankees are kind of like I feel like he would get in trouble a lot.
Oh
playing
yeah,
with the Yankees.
Oh yeah. Well, no, maybe the fans are popping off.
He's the enforcer.
Yes. Did you say your fourth yet or no?
For my fourth, oh god, see this is. I'm pretty torn right now. Because there's one guy who's certainly better than the other, you know. But this is my Mount Rushmore. This is who means the most to me. I'm going J Miz. I'm putting J Miz up there. Dude. Might be a little premature, but we'll see. We'll see how things unfold.
He got the gooey stuff.
He might be a celebrity reliever. Just
celebrity reliever
happens all the time. I bet.
He's not a reliever. He's a starter.
He's not a reliever?
No.
Why did I think he was a reliever? Just because he's weird?
Because he's got that gooey stuff.
Got a big trade
straight out the A
to report. Cookie Carrasco to the Braves.
Let's go. Pitching depth. It's all about depth this time of year.
They just need guys who can throw 5 innings.
Just need depth this time of year. Have you ever been to Camden Yards? I have been to Camden Yards a few times. It's a very beautiful stadium.
I have a big gripe with Camden Yards, though. In the 300 section, no cup holders.
Yeah, because you're broke, dude. Get your money up.
Who pays me?
I want to give some credit real quick.
Anyway.
Reg Rigby is the one who gave us that fucking sad tale about his father. Turning to trick shots is the Mount Rushmore question. And then the Camden Yards was water help 6611.
Yeah, no cup holders in the 300 section. I will not be going back. Every time I went, I was more in the lower bowl.
Yeah.
Or the outfield.
But
no big deal.
Beautiful park. I just think for the 300 levels, they need cup holders. It feels very inequitable.
Beautiful stadium. It's something about that orange with the green. It just looks beautiful. And they have the warehouse. Can you guys do the show live? No. Okay.
There might come a day.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
One day.
We can do it.
Does this guy want a live show where we just go on live? Or does this guy want us to go somewhere and have Jack lug all of his equipment? And
well,
then
he said, can you do the show live, not a live show? I think the show live is asking if he could watch it in real time as we cook. Which, to be honest, that would be, I think that's where we're headed at some point, but I wouldn't fucking hold your breath.
Yeah, that's too much technology for Jack's small brain.
We just need some more space and whatnot, and more Ridge wallets. And
if you guys got any space, let us know.
The squeak of that.
Squeak of your glasses.
Because if we could get some more space.
Wait, when did you take off your glasses? Did you do the whole episode?
He's had them on the whole time.
I took them off. I just put them off. Pay attention, Mitch.
Just put them off.
Put them off.
I just put them off.
Put me off, brother.
Listen, I'm ending the podcast. Unless one of you guys say something right now. Unless you want to say something else.
No, I don't think so.
I've got nothing.
Well, keep your eye out on the Dodgers tonight. They're facing against Mr. Burns. Any big series we got coming up before our next episode?
Yes, Cubs and Brewers.
Cubs and
Battle for first place.
Cubs and Brewers. That's a good series. Is Mizorowski's going against Matthew Boyd tonight. That's a great pitching matchup. Matthew Boyd's one of the most underrated pitchers in the league. Mizorowski's got that gooey stuff, all arms and leg, fresh out the egg. So you're going to want to check that shit out. Please, 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 please stay safe. Please drive safe. If you're on the highway, use your blinker. All right. Until next time, everybody. See you later.
Yeah, now you're all creepy and weird.
I really want an episode like where Joey's just in the dark and you use a voice modulator thing.
So what? I bet on my own bitches.